So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is halogenoalkanes. These are the most common organic compounds and they are used as non-polar solvents in the synthesis of many organic compounds. Haloalkanes are compounds in which one hydrogen atom of alkanes has been replaced by halogen atom. They are also called alkyl halides. They are halogen derivatives of alkanes. The general formula is Rx. Like we have mono, di, tri and poly haloalkanes. Classification is on the basis of the position of carbon chain of the halogen atom's position on the carbon chain. Like we have primary alkyl halide. In this, the halogen atom is attached with the primary carbon, and like we have the methyl chloride and ethyl chloride and N-propyl chloride. Secondary alkyl halide is that in which halogen is attached with the secondary carbon atom. So like we have 2-chloropropane. So in this, the chlorine is present on the carbon number 2, secondary carbon. In the 2-chlorobutane, here the chlorine is also attached with the secondary carbon. Now we have tertiary. So in the tertiary alkyl halide, the halogen atom is attached to the tertiary carbon. Like we have in the 2-methyl 2-chloropropane example, tertiary butyl chloride. Okay. Now we have some physical properties. Alkyl halides have high melting and boiling points as compared to alkanes. This is due to the bond polarity of CX bond, as halogen is more electronegative than carbon. So the bond pair electron density is more concentrated on halogen. Halogenoalkanes consist of sp3 hybridized carbon atom which is bonded to a halogen via sigma bond. The carbon halogen bonds are typically quite polar due to electronegativity difference of carbon and halogen. So these are polar compounds. Preparation of alkyl halide. First method is from alcohols. So we can use different reagents like HCl, anhydrous zinc chloride, or SOCl2 thionyl chloride with pyridine as a solvent, PBr3, PCl3 or PCl5 and PI3. So the products will be different. What will happen here in the case of HCl? Hydroxyl bond will be broken and it will get replaced with chlorine. In the second case we have the liberation of SO2 and HCl. In the third PBr3 we have H3PO3 plus ethyl bromide. In the fourth case we have the H3PO3 POCl3 plus HCl and the product is ethyl chloride, and after that we have ethyl iodide plus H3PO3. From alkanes. So preparation from alkanes is because of the free radical mechanism. CH3 plus Cl2 gives us CH3CH2 Cl plus HCl. From alkenes. So when the addition of halogen acid is done to an alkane, this is the hydrohalogenation. Alkenes react with aqueous solution of halogen acid at room temperature, form alkyl halides. So alkene, this involves the breaking of carbon-carbon double bond followed by electrophilic addition of hydrogen atom and halogen atom. Addition follows the Markovnikov's rule. The order of reactivity is hydrogen iodide, then HBr, then HCl. So hydrogen iodide has the weakest bonds, then HBr, and then we have the HCl. So most reactive will be hydrogen iodide. So alkene will react with HX. So the halogen will get attached to that carbon which has less number of hydrogens. So the halogen will attach with the carbon number 2 and hydrogen will get attached with that carbon which has more substituted hydrogens. So this is according to the Markovnikov's rule. Now alkenes react with halogen in an inert solvent like carbon tetrachloride to give vicinal dihalide or 1,2-dihaloalkanes. So simply here CCl4 is a non-polar solvent, and X2 will here the bond breakage occur between the carbon, and the double bond that is present between two carbons will break and two halogens get attached with the carbon atoms. Br2 and Cl2 are effective electrophilic reagent. Fluorine is too reactive and iodine doesn't react. Reactivity is first is bond polarity and second is bond energy. So if we talk about the bond polarity, the molecule of alkyl halide polarized due to a higher electronegativity of halogen. So the carbon gets positive charge, partial positive, and halogen gets partial negative charge. Halogen becomes nucleophilic in character, which can be replaced by another nucleophile on the basis of bond polarity. So RF is highest, it has the highest polarity, bond polarity, then RCl, then RBr, and then at the last we have Ri. So because the fluorine has the highest electronegativity value, so the RF is more polar. Now we talk about the bond energy. Energy required to break the bond of the same type in 1 mole of bond is known as bond energy. The greater the bond energy, the more energy will be required to break the bond. So the order of bond energy is exactly opposite to the order of bond polarity. So greater the bond energy, so the more energy will be required to break the bond. CF bond is strongest while Ci bond is the weakest bond. So overall reactivity is Ri, then RBr, then RCl, then RF. Ri because the iodine has more size, is a bigger atom, so the reactivity of Ri is greater. In fact, the CF bond is so strong that alkyl fluoride do not react under ordinary conditions. Now we have reactions of alkyl halides. First is nucleophilic substitution and second is elimination reaction. Okay, nucleophilic addition substitution reaction is this is the SN reactions, and there are various terms that are used in these kind of reactions. General representation is that a nucleophile, which is an attacking nucleophile, it has a negative charge, it is nucleus loving, so it will attack on the positive carbon atom of the alkyl group and will attach to it. Subsequently, the leaving group, which is halogen, will leave the alkyl halide molecule. So we got R and U X negative, which is a leaving nucleophile. So the first term is substrate. Substrate is alkyl halide molecule on which nucleophile attack will happen. Nucleophile is a species which have lone pair of electrons and donate a pair of electrons to electrophilic carbon of alkyl halide. It may be neutral or negatively charged. So do you know alkyl halides are important intermediates in organic synthesis? This can be used to introduce functional groups and undergo various reactions leading to the formation of complex organic compounds. Now we have some examples of nucleophile here: hydroxide ion, ethoxide, hydrogen sulfide, thiocyanate, cyanate, water, amino group, chloride ion, bromide ion, and ammonia. So these are all nucleophiles. Leaving group is that halogen which leaves the molecule. It is also a nucleophile. It departs with an unshared pair of electrons. The incoming nucleophile must be stronger. So incoming must be stronger to remove the already existing nucleophile from the molecule. Cl negative, Br negative, I negative, HSO4 negative, these are good leaving groups. Poor leaving groups are OH negative, OR, and NH2 negative. Iodide ion is a good nucleophile as well as a good leaving group. Reaction with aqueous sodium hydroxide. So when they react with sodium hydroxide, the alkyl halide, they will give alcohols and salt. And when they react with potassium cyanide, they will give like we have here methyl cyanide and KCl, which is a nitrile. It's a nitrile basically. Now we have reaction with ammonia. So when the alkyl halide will react with ammonia, so it will give us the it's an alkyl halide is in ethanol. So primary amines are formed. Okay, like we have methylamine and hydrogen chloride. Reaction with silver nitrate. So when alkyl is heated with AgNO3 in ethanol, the halogen atom is replaced by NO3 group to generate a nitroalkane. So AgNO reaction with AgNO3 generates ethyl nitrite and silver bromide. In this reaction, halogen is displaced as halide ion, which combines with silver ions to form precipitate of silver halide. So that halogen which is displaced will combine with the silver ions to give silver halide precipitates. The color of precipitate and solubility in aqueous ammonia can use to identify halogen atom present in the alkyl halide. Formation of white precipitate which is soluble in aqueous ammonia creates Cl negative, indicates Cl negative ions. So if the precipitates are white in color, so it indicates that chlorides are present. Cream colored precipitate is partially soluble and it indicates bromide ions, and yellow precipitate indicates iodide ions. Now we have elimination reaction. The chemical reaction is two groups, halogen and beta hydrogen from alkyl halide eliminated from two adjacent carbon atoms to form carbon-carbon double bond. Since beta hydrogen is necessary for elimination, it is also called beta elimination. So for the beta elimination, there should be the presence of beta hydrogens, and one beta hydrogen and one halogen is removed from the molecule. Like we have the base which is hydroxyl bromoethane. So that base will will eliminate or take the hydrogen, beta hydrogen of the beta carbon. So the water will be the product and bromine will also leave. So the major product will be ethene here, CH2 double bond CH2. Explanation. Beta hydrogen atom in alkyl halide slightly acidic due to the electron withdrawing effect of halogen. So it becomes slightly acidic because halogen is present here, and it is showing minus I effect, which is electron withdrawing effect. Subsequently, the hydrogen will become more positive and it becomes slightly acidic. Strong bases like NaOH cause the elimination reaction. So bromoethane plus hydroxyl gives us ethene plus bromide ion plus water. So that is our whole chapter. Thanks for listening.